Hey everybody! The purpose of this video is to get you some quick solutions to this primer quiz number 1 for Math 105. Just a couple quick questions, very little mathematics. We'll learn some more in class together, but this is just to get us started from your previous math classes. The first one, write the value of the fraction 3/7 as a decimal. Okay, so there's always, I shouldn't say always, there is usually more than one way to do a problem. One of the ways you can do this, of course, is to simply long divide out 7 into 3.00 and take it out as many places as you want to take it out. I don't expect you to do that. I expect you to use some kind of technology to do that. I know some of you have really good timetable skills, some of you don't. It's totally fine. I'm not going to quiz you on that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and use technology to get this myself. I'm actually just going to type into Google 3 divided by 7 and see what she says. And she tells me it's about 0.428571, repeating. So I said to the hundredths place, so that's going to be 0.43. It's about equal to 0.43 or 43%. Boom. There you go. Done and done. Number 2 is write the fraction 5/3 as a percentage to the nearest whole percentage. Alright. So again, you can totally use any technology you want. 5/3, you might remember, is 1 and 2/3, and 2/3 is 66.66 repeating, which would be 67%. So we just know this is 167% to the nearest whole percentage. Not a problem there, I hope. Next one's a quick little linear equation to solve, just to make sure we got some of those skills before we travel in. You've already used some of these in class, I'm sure. 1 equals x plus 8 over 3. And then it's just a matter of undoing the right-hand side. So we're going to multiply by the 3. We're going to bring that guy over to this side to get our x equal a -5. And you can always check to make sure your answers work by sticking them back in. If I take -5 plus 8, that's 3, divided by 3 is indeed 1, and we're happy there. Remember what the W's mean. They always mean to show me how you got the result you got. Last but not least, it's a quick little quadratic. X squared plus 1 equals 3x. And like I said in the quiz, you solve it any way you want to solve it. It doesn't matter to me how you choose to solve this thing. I wish somebody was here. I could ask them which way they'd want to see it. I mentioned 3. The third is graphing. We'll do a lot of that in class, so I won't worry about doing that right now. The other one's quadratic formula, which is fine too. I'm gonna go ahead and let's see, 3. If I cut that in half and square, it's kind of messy. Yeah, we'll do it by completing the square, which is something I don't get to do very often anymore. So we'll just knock that out here. And the way you do that is you get it started by getting all the x terms onto this side and the constant terms onto this side. So now you got x squared minus 3x is -1. Cool. And then we take the coefficient here, -3. I'm just going to ignore the negative sign because it won't be all that important anyway. I'm going to divide it by 2 to get 1.5, and then I'm going to add it to both, or 3/2, and then add it to both sides of the equation. So I'm going to get x squared minus 3x plus 3/2 squared is 9/4. -1 plus 9/4. Now that move might be mysterious to you, especially if you don't know how to complete the square, and that's why you can always do this with quadratic formula, which I'll show you in a minute if you want to. Of course I can't ask you because you're not here. Maybe I'll just do it anyway. Now the reason you did that was that this side will now factor into this. That's what that factors to. And this over here is kind of nice. That's just going to be 1/4, right? Because that's -8. Excuse me, that's -4/4. That's going to be 5/4. 5/4. Take the square roots of both sides. You get x minus 3/2 equals plus or minus the square root of 5 all over 2. And you move that guy over to that side, and you get x equals 3/2 plus or minus √5/2. So if you could read that at the bottom, looks like you can. And that's what it's going to be. If you do quadratic formula, I'm guessing it's going to look more like 3 plus √5. Excuse me, 3 plus or minus √5 all over 2. It might also look differently. You might give me a decimal response for that, which would be, let's see, that's 1.5 plus or minus √5. Let's get some precision here. This is the exact answer for approximate. Let's use Google again and get some approximate values. If you have 3 halves plus square root 5 divided by 2, I get about 2.6. What did I tell you to round to? I told you to round to... I didn't, so round whatever you want. 2.62, and then I also get 0.38. So if you're going for approximate, about 0.38 or about 2.62. So those are some approximate values. It's up to you. I didn't specify, so you go ahead and do it any way you want to. I hope that helped. Quadratic formula, I'm pretty sure you know how to do that from your previous math classes, so completing the square is my favorite way. I hope that helped, and we'll see you in class.